In a peaceful garden, where the morning dew sparkled like tiny diamonds, there lived a small ant named Annie. She was different from the other ants in her colony, for while they were content building their cozy underground home, Annie would spend hours gazing up at the tall buildings that touched the clouds in the distance. Every morning, as the soft pink sunrise painted the sky, Annie would climb to the top of a smooth river stone and dream about building something magnificent. She imagined a beautiful tower that would reach up toward the twinkling stars, where all the garden creatures could live together in harmony. One peaceful dawn, while the other ants were quietly gathering their morning leaves, Annie began to draw her plans in the soft earth with a small twig. She drew gentle curves and flowing lines, creating spaces where butterflies could rest their delicate wings and where ladybugs could snuggle into cozy corners. As Annie worked on her plans, a wise old grasshopper named Gabriel noticed her careful drawings. He hopped over quietly and sat beside her, his long legs folded neatly beneath him. "What are you creating, little Annie?" he asked in his soft, gentle voice. Annie smiled warmly and explained her dream of building a tower that would welcome all the garden creatures. Gabriel nodded thoughtfully, his antennae swaying in the morning breeze. "Dreams are like seeds," he whispered. "With patience and care, they grow into something beautiful." Word spread through the garden like a gentle summer breeze. Soon, other insects gathered around Annie's stone. There were bees who offered to mix honey with clay to make strong building materials. Spiders volunteered their finest silk for decorative touches. Even the earthworms promised to help by softening the soil for the foundation. Day by day, as the sun traced its peaceful path across the sky, Annie and her friends worked together. They carried tiny pebbles and arranged them in perfect circles. The caterpillars rolled small leaves into soft carpets for each floor. Everything was done slowly and carefully, with gentle purpose and loving attention. When they felt tired, Annie would lead everyone in taking peaceful breaks. They would sit together in the shade of a dandelion, sipping dewdrops and sharing stories. Sometimes they would watch the clouds drift by, their shapes changing like dreams in the afternoon light. As the tower grew taller, Annie made sure every level had special touches that made it feel like home. There were cozy nooks lined with flower petals where tired bees could rest. Tiny windows were placed perfectly to catch the morning light, filling each room with warm, golden sunshine. The butterflies helped create gardens on every level, planting tiny seeds that grew into the softest moss and the sweetest smelling flowers. Each evening, glowworms would settle into special holders, providing gentle, warm light throughout the tower. Weeks passed like gentle whispers, and the tower slowly reached toward the sky. Annie's dream was taking shape, one peaceful moment at a time. The other ants from her colony, seeing how beautiful the tower was becoming, joined in too, carrying tiny bits of bark to create strong walls and smooth floors. When autumn arrived, bringing its cool breezes and golden sunlight, the tower was finally complete. It stood tall and graceful, like a lovely flower reaching towards the clouds. But unlike the cold, hard buildings in the distance, Annie's tower was alive with warmth and friendship. Each floor hummed with quiet activity. Bees dozed in their petal-lined rooms, while butterflies drifted from level to level, their wings catching the soft light. Ladybugs found cozy corners where they could rest, and crickets played gentle lullabies in the evening. Annie created a special observation room at the very top, where everyone could gather to watch the stars emerge each night. The room had cushions made from the softest thistle down, and windows that opened to catch the sweet night air. Every evening, as the sun painted the sky in soft purples and blues, the garden creatures would gather in the observation room. They would snuggle together, sharing warmth and friendship as they watched the first stars appear in the darkening sky. Annie would sit quietly with them, her heart full of joy. She had built more than just a tower. She had created a place where everyone could feel safe and loved. As the moon rose, casting its gentle silver light over the garden, the tower would grow quiet, filled with the peaceful sounds of sleeping creatures. And so, night after night, season after season, Annie's tower stood as a testament to what can be achieved with patience, kindness, and cooperation. It became known throughout the garden as a place of peace and sweet dreams, where every creature was welcome to rest their weary heads. As you close your eyes tonight, imagine yourself in Annie's tower, surrounded by the gentle warmth of friendship and the soft whisper of sweet dreams. Let the quiet peace of the garden fill your heart and drift slowly into sleep, knowing that somewhere Annie and her friends are watching the stars twinkle in the velvet sky, content in their beautiful tower that reaches toward heaven.